Skinny fat phenotype is an interesting one, where you appear a normal weight and have a higher body fat percentage. But how exactly do you eat for that body type? Let's dive into the top 6 nutrition tips for the skinny fat body type. This video is part of a series. If you haven't watched the first one on an overview of the health risks associated with the skinny fat body type, you might want to check that out and the exercise recommendations. But otherwise, let's dive into all the tips, starting with number 1, which is protein. Protein is essential for muscular synthesis, repair, and overall metabolic function. The right amount of protein in conjunction with a solid exercise routine can improve your muscle mass, not to mention maintain the lean muscle mass you already have. I've got an entire video specifically on protein recommendations for older adults if you want to check that out. For the younger counterparts, however, at least 1 gram of protein per kilogram of total body weight, up to around 1.6 grams per kilogram of total body weight, is acceptable. Just make sure you're distributing your protein evenly across all your meals. If you eat and exercise to maintain healthier muscle mass, for the skinny fat person, this is going to help your body composition. So that way you can decrease your total body fat percentage and increase your muscle mass. Tip number 2 is to focus on whole foods. For those of you wondering, whole foods are nutrient-dense, vitamin-rich, mineral-rich, substantial foods that you can add to your day. They tend to be lower in sugars and lower in unhealthy fats. Whole foods are not processed crap. So essentially, if your food came out of a box or a package, it's probably not whole. Unless, of course, it's a bag of avocados. In a 2016 research article, proves that eating whole foods is not hocus pocus. Consuming whole foods can help manage your blood sugar levels, reduce inflammation, as well as promote satiety, which is basically just your body's sensation of fullness, which can obviously help in weight management. Tip number 3 is to manage your carbohydrate intake. Carbohydrates can be a very helpful energy source, especially for athletic populations. But the type and quantity are crucial. According to this 2013 research article, it was found that high consumption of refined carbohydrates can lead to increased fat storage. Hence, if you're binging on those refined potato chips as a carb source, it may be contributing to your visceral fat as a skinny fat person. A great approach is to opt for complex carbohydrates that are relatively low glycemic index, which is basically the amount of sugar that it has and its corresponding impact on your blood sugar level. The more complex the carbohydrate and the lower the glycemic load means that it takes the body a longer time to digest and process it, therefore leading to a slower release of sugar into your bloodstream, which can help maintain stable sugar levels. As you may know from watching the overview video of the skinny fat person, it's important to keep blood sugar maintenance in mind because that population is at higher risk for type 2 diabetes, among other cardiometabolic diseases. Tip number 4 is to include healthy fats. Healthy fats are important for your hormone function, your brain function, not to mention reducing inflammation. According to this 2021 research article, healthy fats also assist in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, including A, D, E, and vitamin K. A great approach is to incorporate unsaturated fats like olive oils, avocados, nuts, and seeds, and additionally healthy saturated fats, including omega-3s and healthy salmon. It's important to limit your intake of trans fats to an absolute 0 because trans fats are highly synthetic and very terrible for your body. Trans fats are commonly found in fried and processed foods. You want to moderate your saturated fat intake, but just know that there are healthy sources of saturated fats, including coconut oil and fatty fish. Tip number 5 is regular meal timing and portion control. According to a 2021 research article, it was found that eating consistent times throughout the day can help regulate your body's metabolism, not to mention your energy levels throughout the day. Furthermore, as you may have guessed, the research also supports that portion control can limit the amount of calories that you're consuming, therefore preventing overeating. I won't go into full details on nutrient timing because it can really differ from person to person, including the elite athlete and then the individual with diabetes. They need to be getting those type of recommendations from a medical professional. However, it's generally advised to eat every 3 to 4 hours, but to not force feed yourself. This approach helps control hunger and keeps the metabolism at a healthy rate. Last but not least, tip number 6, hydration and beverage choice. As cited in this 2021 research article, appropriate hydration improves digestion and aids in nutrient absorption. But among other things, Water is just important for everything, including just physical performance and your brain function. But it's important not to overdrink water because you're fearing dehydration. There's general rules of thumbs of drinking half your body weight in ounces per day of water spread out across the day. But the general guideline, especially for individuals who don't have an aversion to water, is drink to thirst. You also want to limit the sugary beverages. I know, especially when it's hot outside, it can be tempting to want a really sweet, sugary beverage, but this is your body's way of wanting you to get water. I find that a lot of times my clients start craving sugar like crazy during the heat of the summertime, but they actually are needing water. We start addressing water consumption, and their cravings for sugars goes down. All right, there you have it. The top 6 tips for nutrient consumption for the skinny fat person. As you can see, it prioritizes healthy muscle mass and a diet that can reduce body fat percentage alongside adequate exercise. If you haven't seen the rest of my series, go ahead and check it out. Otherwise, that's all for this video. If you liked it, share it with your friends, hit the like button, subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and you can comment in the comment section below any request for a video, and I will definitely read it. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember, your health is an investment, not an expense.